The story of plant-based meat doesn't begin in sun-drenched fields or artisanal kitchens. It starts in the fluorescent-lit labs of Silicon Valley, where tech brothers in Patagonia vests decided that saving the planet required reinventing the hamburger. What was once a niche product for vegans and yoga enthusiasts has exploded into a global phenomenon. Touted as the savior of the planet, the solution to climate change, and the answer to our health woes. But let's cut through the smoke and artificial grill marks. If solving Earth's existential crises hinges on a burger that bleeds beet juice, we're in deeper trouble than we thought. The concept of plant-based meat is not new. For centuries, cultures around the world have crafted meat alternatives from tofu, tempeh, and seitan. But the modern iteration of plant-based meat, the kind that bleeds, sizzles, and tastes eerily like beef, was born in the labs of Silicon Valley. Companies like Impossible Foods and Beyond Meat didn't just want a meat substitute, they wanted to replicate meat down to its molecular structure. Their secret sauce? Heme, a protein found in animal blood that gives meat its metallic tang. To replicate it, Impossible Foods genetically modified yeast to mass-produce soy-like hemoglobin, a Frankenstein protein never before seen in human diets. When Impossible Foods submitted its heme for FDA approval, the agency noted that 46 out of 188 rats fed high doses developed weight fluctuations and reproductive issues. The FDA approved it anyway and granted it, generally recognized as safe status in 2019. Because when has generally recognized ever gone wrong? Meanwhile, the USDA requires daily pathogen testing for raw beef, but let plant-based meats skate by with voluntary standards. Why? Thanks to the 2018 Farm Bill classifying plant proteins as specialty crops, bypassing meat industry safeguards, which means that beyond sausage sizzling on your grill, it's never been tested for E. coli. Of course, no Silicon Valley savior complex is complete without a planet-saving pitch. Climate change became the rallying cry, with claims that animal agriculture is the leading cause of emissions. The narrative? Animal agriculture accounts for 14.5% of global emissions, according to the United Nations data, less than energy and transportation. Impossible Foods claims its burger uses 87% less water and 96% less land than beef. Sounds heroic, until you realize chicken, lentils, and tofu are still greener. But why settle for a bean patty when you can have a lab-engineered burger that let you virtue signal while clogging your arteries? Plant-based meats strut into grocery aisles wearing a health halo, but peel back the glossy packaging, and you'll find a chemical junkyard. Plant-based meats have an average 350 to 400 milligrams of sodium per patty, nearly 20% of your daily limit. Compare that to 75 milligrams in a pre-salted beef patty. They're also packed with inflammatory seed oils like sunflower and canola oils to mimic fat, linked to heart disease and soaring LDL cholesterol, which is a bad cholesterol, according to a 2021 Journal of Nutrition study. Plant-based meats are rich in protein? Sure, if you consider 20-plus ingredients, including methylcellulose, a laxative additive, and tertiary butyl hydroquin, a petroleum-based preservative, a balanced meal. It is also found that these ultra-processed meats lack nutrients like vitamin B12, zinc, and iron unless artificially fortified, according to a 2019 study in Frontiers in Nutrition. Celebrities, influencers, and even billionaires like Bill Gates jumped on the bandwagon, pouring millions into plant-based meat companies and promoting them as the ethical choice. Meanwhile, the U.S. government subsidizes soy at $1.7 billion annually, making it cheaper to produce a Beyond Burger than a grass-fed beef patty. Plant-based meat costs $9 per pound, double the price of ground beef, but only $1.50 per pound to produce. That's a 500% markup for shareholders. Meanwhile, meatpacking giants like Tyson and JBS now own stakes in plant-based brands. Conspiracy? Or capitalism cosplaying as activism? The real winner? The shareholders. Beyond Meat's stock soared to $234 per share in 2019, before crashing to $3.9 by February 2025. A 98% nosedive as consumers realized they'd been sold overpriced, ultra-processed patties. Executives cashed out $180 million in shares before the free fall, while throwing the retail investors under the bus. So next time you bite into an Impossible Burger, ask yourself, are you biting into the future, or just a $9 patty of overhyped ultra-processed illusion? Are you team real beef or team lab-grown frankenfood? Let me know your thoughts down below. Like and share this video to help spread the truth. Subscribe for more deep dives into the wild world of food and the shady stuff big food doesn't want you to know. Stay curious.